It happened when I was in college. One of my friends rented an apartment. Although the apartment was very small and old, and the facilities were not good enough, he set his furniture and started to unpack his stuff. Since then, he kept feeling something strange for any reason. However, he was tired from moving in and he had a class the next day, so he decided to go to sleep. When he was about to lie down on the bed, he heard a knocking sound on the door. Did someone come? He approached the front door, but there was no one outside. Thinking it was someone's prank, he went back to sleep. But then he heard a sound again. Knock, knock. Being annoyed, he decided to wake up and waited next to the front door to see who was knocking on his door. And no doubt he heard a knock again. However, he realized that the source of the sound was strange. This time, the sound was heard from the wall next to the bedroom. Next to the bedroom is the kitchen. What's in the kitchen? He went to the kitchen and looked around, but nothing was found. He got mad, so he ended up waiting in the kitchen until the sound to come out again. And this time, the sound came from his bedroom. Scared by the strange phenomenon, he went out of the apartment and looked inside the house. The lights in all the rooms were on except for one window, and there was a window in the space that he thought was just a wall. The window was between the kitchen and the bedroom. He was curious, so went back into the apartment and began to find a way to get into it. He knocked on the wall of the bedroom to find where the door was, but he couldn't find any strange parts, and it was just the same of the kitchen. Finally, the last place he looked for was the stairs. He slowly walked up the stairs, knocking on each wall. Soon, a clear sound was heard. Out of curiosity, he ripped the wallpaper off that part and looked inside, but the inside was blocked with a window. It was so dark that he could not see anything inside. In addition, he eventually felt strange, so he ended up sleeping in his girlfriend's house that day. Then the next morning, he went back to the room with his girlfriend. When he lit the inside with a flashlight, he could see the completely worn, rusty bed, a broken toilet, and sink. As soon as he saw the window, there was a white bone in old clothes. The two ran out screaming in fear and reported to the police. They arrived soon after and ripped off all the secret room, and one body was found inside that was rotten and left only a bone. Later, it turned out that the body was a man who went missing around the time this apartment was built. He was rumored to have raped the constructionist's daughter, and the owner always would say that he's going to get revenge for her. The police investigated the owner after that man's missing. However, since there was no evidence, he was soon released and then died shortly after. The police reported that the man had scratched the wall so that his fingernails were all broken, and the wall was covered with blood. But I still have one question that cannot be solved. So, who made that knocking sound in his apartment?